doctrine of forum non conveniens was stated by the House of Lords in the English case of Spielada Maritime Corp and Cansulex Limited. The object of the doctrine is to establish the most suitable forum to achieve the ends of justice. Well, that sounds somewhat general, so we need to break this down in order to understand the detail. Firstly, we must focus on the Latin word conveniens, and must be careful not to be misled into thinking that the question at issue is one of mere practical convenience. In the Spielada Maritime Court case, a quote from Lord Dunedin helps to clarify the translation, where he discusses forum non competens and forum non conveniens. He states, "In my view, competent is just about a translation for competens, as convenient is for conveniens. The proper translations for these Latin words is appropriate." Therefore, the jurisdictional issue addressed by the doctrine is the appropriate forum. In order to justify a stay of proceedings, the doctrine proposes two tests. The first being the defendant must satisfy the court that there is another forum to whose jurisdiction he is amenable in which justice can be done between the parties at substantially less inconvenience or expense. And 2. The stay must not deprive the plaintiff of a legitimate personal or jurisdictional advantage which would be available to him if he invoked the jurisdiction of the English court. This doctrine has been accepted as the law in Australia in the High Court case of Volf and Manildra Flour Mills Proprietary Limited, where it applied Oceanic Sunline Special Shipping Company Incorporated and Fay, where namely the power of an Australian court to order a stay is a discretionary power, involving a subjective balancing process to be exercised only in a clear case. The burden of proof is on the defendant to satisfy the court in which the proceedings have been instituted that it is a clearly inappropriate forum for the determination of the dispute, and that the continuation would be oppressive and vexatious. Note, the question is specifically whether the local court is clearly inappropriate, and not that a more appropriate foreign forum exists. Where the court is satisfied the forum is clearly inappropriate, the burden shifts to the plaintiff to show there are special circumstances for which the trial should take place in this country. A successful argument would include relevant connecting factors and a legitimate personal or jurisdictional advantage. Has the Internet had an impact on the doctrine? The 2002 defamation case of Dow Jones and Company Incorporated and Gutnick applied the doctrine, determining that Australia was the appropriate forum for a defamation case involving online and print media produced in the United States, which defamed a resident of Victoria. The key connecting factor was that damage to Mr. Gutnick's reputation had occurred in Victoria, and as such the forum of Victoria was not clearly inappropriate. So when will an Australian court refuse to hear a matter? It's where the trial of the proceedings is a clearly inappropriate forum, such as in the case of forum shopping involving the taking advantage of favourable local laws. I hope this video has helped you to understand the doctrine of forum non conveniens.